once more again, this is the Bogart Morning Show. The name's Ronnie J. Driz, extraordinary DJ, here with Rob, Cecily, and Feroza. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right. For everybody, shout out to everybody who's listening from wherever you're listening from. My people in Durban, I see you. Cape Town, I see you as well. Johannesburg, oh, shout out, my people. Let me just zoom in on the map here just to see where everybody's at. It seems like we've got everybody in every province listening. So if you're in a Bogart Man shop right now and you're the stylist, I had a message for you, and I hope you heard it loud and clear, because I heard it from our very own Mr. Shafi. You know, he gave me that message personally to pass it on to you. So, but we're going to revisit that when we come back. But in the meantime, it's time for Did You Know That? Some fascinating facts that you probably did not know. So, y'all remember the Shrek movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shrek. Yeah, Shrek. Yeah. I think that was a turning point of fairy tales or whatever Disney cartoons.
Animation
those ones,
altogether.
Yeah, animation altogether, man. So apparently Shrek was the first film to win an Oscar-based animated feature back in 2002. Actually, I remember when it came out. It was amazing. So that category didn't even exist at all.
Oh, so how did they even...
They had to create it, but that's how good it was. That's how good it was. They had to create one. But it was
really that good?
No, Shrek was good. Oh, come on, bro. No. You're not going to do the Shrek.
No.
Come on, man.
Shrek is the good.
Let me keep quiet.
What do you think about Shrek? Come on, guys. What are you guys watching that time? Guys, Shrek, it's about all the fairy tale stories that you know. They come into one picture and it's one movie. It's like the Avengers of that time.
Okay, maybe I didn't get the concept. Maybe I didn't get the storyline or concept, because I would just literally be watching Shrek the Green Monster the whole time, the ogre. That's the only thing that came, like the storyline.
So many inside jokes.
Oh, yeah? The Cinderella, there's all the fairy tales, they were there. The Cookie Monster, the three little piglets,
the gingerbread man, they're all there.
I remember seeing these things, but it just went over my head. I think
what books were you reading when you were in kindergarten? Now I'm just asking now.
You want to go there, Mark, Luke, you know those books, Mark and Luke, those things. Kids with the freckled faces.
Hectic.
Listen, they didn't have Kirikou in this one, okay?
Foolish, man.
No offense, I'm just saying.
No worries, bro.
Okay.
Kirikou was actually quite legendary.
Yeah, it was quite legendary. For me, I loved it. If you didn't get the joke, first, you didn't get that joke, right?
No.
You didn't get it?
Before your time.
Okay, no, it's before your time, yeah. Just search Kirikou. That was like the awesome. That was like the comics.
That should have won an award.
That should have won a
Grammy. If they're giving to Shrek, Kirikou could have.
No, but Kirikou was even before, I think it was in the 90s. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was some vivid. It's somewhere in my mind. But anyways, the story is that all the characters, or the fairy tale characters, were there. So obviously this was sparked by DreamWorks. Actually, they made that one there because the people who dominated those fairy tales and animated series, the scene was actually Disney and Pixar. But obviously DreamWorks, they came through, they flipped the script literally by turning fairy tales upside down. It was funny, rude, and refreshingly real.
I love Pinocchio in the Shrek movie.
Oh yeah, there was Pinocchio. Come on, don't tell me you don't know Pinocchio.
No, I
did not see Pinocchio in that movie.
To be very honest with you guys, I did watch the movie. Like I said, a couple of the jokes went over my head because I was trying to put two and two together. But I think when the Puss in Boots series started coming out, then I started getting the satiric part of it. Then I started understanding, actually, it's adult humor, but in the animation.
Oh, but actually, Puss in Boots was introduced there in Shrek, eh?
Yeah.
I think it was a character they made.
He had an individual movie series
afterwards, but it was boosted off Shrek because it was so good that they thought they make each and every story. Maybe, I don't know. But another fun fact that you guys probably didn't know: do you know the guys who made DreamWorks, they came from Pixar?
Oh yeah,
is it?
Which is always the case. I was not surprisingly, actually.
Yeah, obviously, sometimes there's a story, whatever. They'll be like, you know what, I can do this also.
Yeah, like I think similar story to Adidas. When Adidas started off, the guy left Adidas and started Puma.
Oh yes, something like that.
It's always the case. I think it's based. I think it comes across of exposure. If you expose in the industry, you always have the insight to create something for your own.
Yeah, exactly. That's quite true, man. All right, cool, man. Moving on to some news that has been happening throughout the week, man. There's the Durban CBD gridlock as thousands of protesters protest for justice in the lift shaft tragedy involving Dlamini twins. That
Yeah,
is.
that was quite tragic.
Very
I saw the
tragic.
Durban CBD was really packed to the rafters yesterday. You're speaking now about the Durban listeners. Hopefully they're listening into this conversation as well, which is quite concerning. Yesterday there was a big march that started off in the CBD and they went all the way down to the police station out in the CBD as well, where they wanted I think what were they chasing? I think they were chasing a letter from the police, just confirmation that the owners will be investigated, because for over 7 years there's been quite a few incidents that's taken place in the same building, but it's always been ignored. The parents and the families would go there and say, listen,
What?
I have lost a child here, but nothing's been done. No one's taking responsibility for it. So what the protesters did yesterday, the protest to the building yesterday, and of course the builder met with our police officials who fired rubber bullets at them. Of course, in that occurrence.
So they were marching towards that building.
They went to the building to ask for
So it's
answers
like
as
a
to what's going
residential
on.
building or what?
100%.
Like apartments, right?
100%. It's like 100% apartments. So they went in to ask what's going on, because clearly you guys have a maintenance issue that has now claimed close to 3 to 4 lives already, and nothing has been done about these issues. What are you guys going to do? Obviously, there's no answers. The greatest answer they gave them was rubber bullets from police. So the protesters decided to move over to the police station and police station in the surrounding area to try and lodge and to get a letter from the police commissioners confirming that the case will be pursued. Obviously, the parent of the twins, the Dlamini twins' parents, was also there present at the march. He in fact was ensuring that, or rather insisting that the protesters have a more calmer approach to it. But of course, obviously, the frustration from family members, frustration from those that have live kids, and are fearing the lives of the kids in a community, in a community or in an apartment building where maintenance is such a big issue. So it's more than just those that have lost lives, but it's for those parents that currently have kids right now and are fearing the future of the kids in various apartment buildings in the Durban CBD.
But that's crazy though.
Madness.
That's crazy, man. So, there's some of these buildings. I mean, you can just get scared. You're live. You just be like, this elevator is not for me. You'll be like, you just fear for your lives. And sometimes I've even gotten into buildings where I'm like, nah, I'm not repeating this. You can't I'm not putting my life at risk.
I've gone for viewings and I've walked in the building and I saw the staircase. I'm like, yeah, no, it's a no from me.
It's definitely
Yeah.
Imagine carrying your fridge up on that staircase.
I'm not doing that.
A lot of buildings. I feel like, especially nowadays with modern living, a lot of constructors and building owners or landlords are in a haste, or in a rush to just get the building completed. And some of the items in that buildings are really overlooked. When you go inside the apartment itself, it's like, it's finally furnished, it's finally finished. But then as time progresses, you start realizing, it's actually cracks on my wall. What's going on here? You start finding the
because of the paint. They just paint all over. It makes it
such
look
a rush. You just get people to move in, but when you're moving in, okay, you're in a comfortable space, you're in a comfortable environment. But then the surrounding areas, for instance, the wash line is not done properly. You find certain aspects. It's like small things that lead, and you question yourself: how am I paying 7,000 to 8,000 rand a month for certain amenities that haven't even been completed? I mean, an elevator, for instance. If you have a building that has so many floors into it, why are you not going to ensure that your elevator, the one thing that everybody wants to use, why are you not going to ensure that thing works properly? I mean, it's just a safety precaution. It's just a safety thing,
Oh,
it
wow.
really baffles me. Of course, the Dlamini parents, eventually, like I mentioned, you got the statement from the police yesterday. As of course, the accusation was a lot of statements that were put across for the lack of maintenance in this building. Every single time they go missing. There was a lady that in 2022 that she also lost her daughter in the same building. She also released a statement, and that statement went missing as well. So
the statement went missing.
Random. Imagine. So
I
yesterday,
think we need to take the general back to KwaZulu-Natal.
Yeah, he's too focused on Joburg.
He's too focused on Joburg now. But we still need him here. He just needs to take a break. Go back. Just 2 months. 2 months. Then you come back. But guys, it's not a laughing matter. But man, this is quite sad.
Yeah, it's very tragic. Very tragic.
Sad.
Considering, if it was the first time, I would have understood. But it's like, how many lives have been lost by one single elevator? How many more proof? How many more evidence you need to just upgrade your environment, your building, your infrastructure? How much more do you need than losing a life?
Yeah, man. Because when I was reading it, I'm like, what? I forgot the name of the building actually, because I saw it yesterday.
Homie building.
Homie.
Yeah, Homie building. HOMII.
I'm sorry, but those guys are quite dodgy. I'm sorry, but they look nice. But the apartments look nice when they arrived. I won't lie, because I used to live one personally. Yeah. I used to live in one of them, but they've got the latest technology and all those kind of things. But I don't know, man.
So you'd expect them to child-proof the place?
Yeah, actually. They would have done that, yeah. But I
Yeah.
don't think they allow kids. Do they allow kids in that building? They don't. Eh?
They do. It was family.
I think it was
friendly.
family friendly. They do allow kids. It's a
So,
family
yeah.
friendly. It's a normal residential building. It's not only for students. So it's literally open up for everyone else who's
see.
looking for a space to live in.
With a little jungle gym situation. So the kids were playing and then they found this hole. So they don't know better. And that's how they ended up in there. So it's the building's responsibility to have ensured that that didn't happen.
No, definitely. That's the building insurance. That's the building assurance.
I mean, it's like having a swimming pool with only a deep end. What do you expect to happen?
Right?
what do you expect to happen?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, man, it's 3 minutes past our 10 o'clock. This is the Bogart Morning Show. And yeah, just a little friendly reminder from our brother Tapelo. He's got a message for all the Bogart stylists in all the shops that are there. Let's hear what he has to say.
What about this? I'm back again. And here's again, one all these ezimnandi that are lingering around. Back again. I've got something amazing for you as the stylist. We have a competition that we have been running from the beginning of October until the end of December. And this is what you need to know about it. Now, all of this is to celebrate you as the stylist in the store for all the hard work that you're putting into the brand. Now, we've got these following prizes. We've got a cell phone, a 3,000 rands voucher, and a 2,000 rands voucher in all three categories. This is the A stores, the B stores, and the C stores.
Inside, as far as our sporting headlines are concerned, of course, this sporting report is brought to you by Score Energy Drink. Just giving you some quick insights. As far as our cricket is concerned, of course, the women's Protea team are currently, are just a few hours away from our semi-final berth against England. And as far as our football is concerned, the Buccaneers sail on to the next round of the Carling Black Label Knockout competition. A lot of interesting results and matches to look out for as far as our Carabao Cup is concerned out in England. I'll give you more insight as far as these and other sporting headlines are concerned at 10:30.
When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going.
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
We already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dial out what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Numaganjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namaje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible.
The name's Ronnie J. Drez, extraordinary DJ. Right, we were discussing something about apartments before, and there was a tragedy that happened in Durban, one of the apartments. I think it's a homie apartment or something like that. So that was a great tragedy. So it got me thinking, the struggle is real. So looking for a new place sounds so exciting until you're knee deep in viewing. So dodging dodgy listings and also trying to find other things. The budget might only get you a bedroom or just close in certain suburbs, you know what I mean, depending on your budget. But today we're unpacking the real life struggles of the apartments and house hunting, for the endless paperwork to the hidden costs, which is always there.
Yeah, that's the most irritating one.
It's the most irritating thing, man.
Yeah.
And the emotional roller coaster of thinking, have you found the one? The place you're going to be living for the next year or 2 years or even 3 years. How long have you been in your apartment?
I'm going on my 4th year now, if I'm not mistaken.
4th year?
Yeah, it's probably the longest place I've stayed on. Definitely.
You, Wangi, how long have you been? It's what?
3
years. 3 years. Yeah, I think also me, I think it's 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of pretty much the same thing, yeah. But I think the longest I've lived in an apartment was 5 years.
And you moved out because you just wanted a different setting, or?
No, I had to move closer to somewhere where I wanted to be. Not because I don't like moving. But I used to move a lot, because I don't like the place. I don't like the.
I think that's generally the issue with most people. But I find now with people in our generation or the youth, it literally comes down to how happy you are and how satisfied, how comfortable you are in the environment, and that's why people tend to move out a lot more. I think that the biggest concern now with regards to apartment searching is when you go into it's not like how it was in all the days where you find different apartments have different amenities and different infrastructure. Nowadays, if you go apartment hunting, you'll find every apartment in terms of the interior and the decorations are all pretty much the same. Modern kitchen, modern lounge, modern
more like a repetition.
So I think more than anything, I think what apartment searchers go looking for, right? At least what in my assumption is what apartment searchers go look for now is amenities, such items such as Wi-Fi, for instance, backup electricity, gyms, swimming pools.
Personally, I don't know how the apartment that don't come with Wi-Fi nowadays, I don't know what they're trying to do. What do they expect us to do?
Yeah, I think that's
like, I'm used to it now. Like, because I've been all the apartments that I've been, the last 3 apartments, they all had Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. If they didn't have some sort of like fiber or something like that, and then there's just some apartment, you ask someone like, no, hey, we have to get like a ring router or something. Like, but don't you live in an apartment?
Yeah, I think that was the issue with my apartment. When I moved into my apartment at first, I think fiber was still being installed. So obviously you had to get your individual internet, which was also okay. But I think personally for me, one of the biggest concerns or one of the biggest things that I look out for going into a building is the maintenance. Where's the caretaker? What's the caretaker doing? What does the caretaker actually care about? I moved into my building.
The caretaker is the key part.
It's like a key part. Like I don't have to call you to tell you, Chief, your gate needs. So our front gate into the main building, I needed some scrapping, needed some painting. It's a small thing. It's a very small thing. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, I'm paying such a huge amount for rent in this building. The least you can do for me is make the entrance of my building look good. I mean, I don't want my visitors coming in and looking at my gate and thinking, why does Rob live in a place like this? And then you come into my apartment to see a different thing. You see a different perspective, So that was pretty much my cry to my caretaker. And only last week they painted that gate after 3 years of living in that place. Only last week.
Yeah.
And it makes such a big difference. When you walk out there,
no, it does.
Now people feel like there's less need to throw litter there because you can see there's maintenance. They can see the place being taken care of. If the weeds, for instance, are sticking out, the caretaker needs to come out and pull those weeds out. It just gives a different perspective to the whole environment, to what the venue looks, to what the apartment building looks like. Yeah, and I feel like caretakers to an extent only care about the things that everyone else can see. The smaller things that are hidden, it's not really their concern.
No, it is. You actually I was just thinking when you're talking, like, because sometimes when there's a Ronnie, I can't just throw a litter when I'm passing by. I'm like, no. There's some places where you just can't. It's too clean. It's too clean. It's too clean. But even if you're eating a banana, you'll be like, no, it's biodegradable. It's gonna go into the ground. No,
but no,
here you'll be like,
not here.
where is the bin? Such places. But I thank God for my caretaker. You know what I mean? My caretaker is the best. Actually,
Yeah.
he does the work. He like sweeps every morning.
I've seen your building, your apartment building
Yeah.
is too clean. Too
Yeah,
clean.
and this guy even takes out garbage. Like, well, we don't need, he counts from apartment to apartment.
Yeah.
So we've got this thing that we put the garbage in, and then you just put it there, then he collects it all. All of them, then he puts it there. He's just amazing. And he also cleans our windows.
Oh wow.
You know?
I like the windows part.
Yeah.
Why do I would for somebody to clean my window?
Nah, I really
How about
like
just
the
stretch
windows
my
part.
hand out? Yeah.
My caretaker sends the landlord sends someone every week, every Friday
Yeah.
to clean the yard.
That's dope. That's dope.
Spotless, takes out the bins, cleans the bins.
Now you see,
everything.
now there the owner is directly involved there.
Yeah.
You see, it's kind of like this. Yeah, him obviously he would take care of the place. You'll probably send somebody, you know, which is quite good. Which is quite good.
But then again, you have buildings where items like things are falling off. You can see cracks on the roof, and like, these cracks are progressive. It's not just a one crack and it stays. The cracks are progressing. The holes in the roof, the ceiling. Like there's a what do you call that thing in the ceiling where you can go through into the roof, into the ceiling?
Yeah, that hole.
That hole there, yeah.
The what? The roof? The trapdoor, yeah.
You can see the trapdoor. You can the item that covers the trapdoor is not there anymore. It's fallen off, but it's literally just sitting there. Now we're looking to the ceiling, and like, what are we supposed to see? Like
that's crazy.
it's small things, like really small things. Cleaning up the steps, mopping the stairs, for instance. You know, it's those are very small things. And for other people that, for visitors, for instance, visitors that are coming to apartments, we never know if they are looking for places to stay, and they can just come into an apartment building and say, "Oh, this is a very cool space. I would like to move into here." But then if they go into there and they see the litter, they see all the other items that are not as it should be, you pretty much losing a client that you would have perhaps had somebody move into your apartment. So I think that landlords, more than the caretakers, landlords need to be a lot more strict, a lot more involved in the running of the buildings. For instance, we take this this situation of the Nhlanhla twins into perspective, where the landlord probably had overlooked it and probably thought, no, at this building things are the way I left them from the beginning. But you have development of an infrastructure. It's not just you build and you disappear and you go into another one. Development is consistent, checking up and making sure that whatever you put together, those fixtures are standing. Because remember, we also have natural disasters, not necessarily natural disasters, but we've got rain, we've got winds, we've got items, we got disasters, we've got climates that can perhaps deter or ruin building infrastructure. And for a landlord to not be considerate or to not check up on these amenities is a big concern. You know, if especially people are paying rent to the amount of 5,000 and higher.
Yeah, I mean, human safety comes first, man. It comes first. I don't know why these people even let that hole be there. And they know that there's kids in this building. I don't know why they would do that. But anyways, let me ask you a question also, like two questions actually. How difficult has the process of finding a place been for you? And what red flags do you actually see when you're doing these viewings? Or some viewings that you have probably looked over? I got a few when we come back actually. Hey. There's some places where I was just like, yeah.
Not this one.
Not this one. I'm good. Lots of red flags, especially me. I can see red flags from a mile away. I'm just playing. I don't. This is the Bogart Morning Show. The time is exactly 17 minutes. When we come back, Rob is definitely going to hit you with some sports at 1:30 as well. So please do head over to the Bogart Radio app. Let me know what red flags you looked out for when viewing a place, and how difficult was it to just to find a place, the one for you. Good morning.
When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
we already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into worlds, stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dollar what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Noma kanjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namaje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible. When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
We already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dial out what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Noma kanjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namanje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible. When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
we already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dial out what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Noma kanjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namanje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible. When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
we already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dial out what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Noma kanjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namanje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible. When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro.
Right. From 9 up until 11 with nothing but exciting music, man. When we come back, we're definitely going to hit you up with some sports with Robs. that you're having a fantastic morning. Speaking about Bellish murder,
Yeah, there's a big event coming up. Lagos Nights, or rather Nights in Lagos, presented to you by none other than Big Steez himself. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Big Steez. Of course, they've brought some of the most prominent artists out in Nigeria, Lagos, and other parts of Nigeria. Of course, they brought them down to South Africa just to celebrate the heritage, or more than anything, just to celebrate the development of Afrobeat art in the rest of the continent, and perhaps moving towards the rest of the world. But now, of course, Big Steez presents the Big Steez finale, which of course which will be headlined by none other than Bella Shmurda himself. And of course, there's a huge list as far as other DJs are concerned. I know Leheza, if I'm pronouncing that correctly now. I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yeah, I think I butchered his name there, but of course he's part of the lineup as well, alongside other DJs part of that lineup. The event will kick off on the 28th of November. Of course, a couple of weeks away. Taking off out at the Sound Room out in Kyalami. Very, very interesting times as far as Big Steez is concerned. It's the grand finale, so there's a big expectations for crowds to come out in their masses to show support for the event organizers, but more importantly for Bella Shmurda, who by my account is a big artist to say the least.
Okay, cool, man. It's going to be an exciting one, man. Right, when we come back, we're definitely going to head over to some sports with Rob. The time is exactly 26 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock.
When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
we already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into worlds, stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dollar what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Noma kanjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namaje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible. When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
we already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dollar what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Noma kanjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namaje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible. When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
we already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dollar what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the
Hey, oh,
And there
Ding
we go,
Dong is
guys.
the name of this one here.
Making
Skywalk,
every
some
shot
good-
count.
some Good vibes there. Let's hear what Robs has to say in the sports.
Top of the morning from the sports desk. The sports report is brought to you by none other than Score Energy Drink. Diving right into it as far as our main sports is concerned, looking at as far as cricket goes, the Proteas cricket, the Proteas men's cricket side are currently down in the tours as far as Pakistan is concerned. Of course, I think things did not go as well in the first encounters of the game, but now we've shifted over to the T20 series rather of the tournament, and of course, the first T20 series did take place yesterday, where of course the Proteas did take on Pakistan, and the Proteas came out with a 55-run victory in that encounter. It was quite fantastic to see Quinton de Kock back up. It's quite fantastic to see Quinton de Kock back in contention for the Proteas. Of course, he had confirmed his retirement from the Proteas squad quite some time ago, but of course, needing to come back and to don that red and to don that green and gold jersey, and so he did so with quite an emphatic performance. I ensure that the Proteas came out with a 55-run victory in that encounter. Of course, the second T20 series between the two teams will now take place on Friday, as of course the victor in that encounter will pretty much be the winner of the overall series. Speaking about cricket, not to shift too far away from it, it's a big one this morning. In fact, in just under 30 minutes' time, the women's Protea side will be taking on England in what is said to be yet another semi-final entry, or the semi-final entry for the women's Protea side. Laura Vorfalt, who of course is the Protea's women's captain, will be hoping that her team once again book a spot into the semi-finals. But it's not going to be easy as they take on four-time champions England, and English women's side that will of course are also raring to go into the finals of this year's Women's World Cup. But it's really crossing fingers that the maiden trophy for the Proteas women's will perhaps be realized this year in this specific tournament. We're keen to see how things will unfold in this regard. Of course, the tournament, or rather the semi-finals, which of course are two semi-finals. The first one is of course Proteas taking on England, and India will take on Australia. Both semi-finals are set to kick off concurrent to each other with 11 a.m. Kickoff. That's just under 29 minutes time. All the best to the women's Protea side, and hopefully they book a ticket into the women's cricket World Cup finals. Speaking about women's sport, Banyana have now booked their spot into the WAFCON, or commonly known as the Women's African Cup of Nations tournament. They booked their spot yesterday after the 1-0 victory over DR Congo. In that encounter, of course, Desiree Ellis's troops have booked their spot into that. So it's going to be quite fantastic for South Africa, considering also the men's side have also booked their spot into the men's African Cup of Nations, which of course kicks off in just under a month's time. Early parts of December is when we can look out for that. Coach Hugo Bros has named the preliminary 45-man squad that will of course be contesting in the friendly game against Zambia before he announces his full squad that is set to contest in this year's African Cup of Nations. As things stand, South Africa are pretty much one of the favourites to come out victorious in this year's tournament, but we can't ignore the likes of Morocco, who as things stand have now been crowned world under 20 World Cup champions. And also as far as the senior men's team is concerned, they've gone quite far in the FIFA World Cup, so they really seem to be the African team to look out for as far as global football is concerned. And we'll see how that will unfold in yet another edition of the African Cup of Nations taking place in early parts of December. To not shift far away from football, of course, Orlando Pirates, the Buccaneers, did sail into the latter rounds, in the penultimate rounds of the Black Label of the Colin Black Label Knockout Cup tournament that took place yesterday. They, of course, hosted Magezi, who are the current defending champions of the tournament, who unfortunately could not come out victorious, and they lost 2-1. Irregardless of the 2-1 victory for Orlando Pirates, Chipezeze, of course, got the man of the match award yesterday. So much so that he's won the man of the match award for 6 games in a row. That means he has about 600,000 rand in his pocket just for getting man of the match performances throughout the Colin Black Label Cup. And this man is just over 40 years old. The way he dives, it's literally a reincarnation of Spider-Man in between the poles. Chipezeze is definitely a legend in between the goalposts. But of course, big congratulations to the Buccaneers as they sail on to the next round of the Colin Black Label Cup tournament. Big improvement as far as the coming out from the disappointing results from the weekend. A good result for the Buccaneers, ensuring that they book a spot into the next tournament, into the next round of the tournament. And just to give you an insight as far as the other matches are concerned, as far as our world football is concerned, the EFR Cup will take place this evening. Of course, that Carabao Cup will take place this evening, and we'll see the likes of Liverpool. They take on the Crystal Palace side with a 9:45 kickoff this evening. That's going to be an interesting game if you're a football lover. I know Liverpool have not been on the best form as yet, and of course, Crystal Palace, on the other hand, seem to be flying high as they would, as the Eagles would be in this encounter. So look out for that. Liverpool take on Crystal Palace, and then of course all matches kicking off concurrent to each other with a 9:45 kickoff. We'll see Arsenal take on Brighton and Hove Albion. Swansea will take on a Manchester City side. Wolverhampton will welcome Chelsea, and of course possibly also another game of the evening. Newcastle United will take on our Tottenham Hotspur in that encounter as well. Interesting times as far as our football is concerned, as far as our sports is concerned. There's a lot happening during the course of the week, but of course I'll keep you up to date with my sports report as we move on towards the end of the week. And of course the Springboks are also in action during the course of this weekend, but I'll give you an update on that on Friday. Speaking about which, that's pretty much my story for this morning. Sports report as per usual, brought to you by Score Energy Drink. Until later, it's enough said.
Every morning.
Check your systems are offline.
Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
Wake up to the breakfast show.
Right now,
With the city's
right here.
Before the grind gets going.